The author said praying early or late. Then the author went to give more details related to the prayer times. He said these 5 obligatory prayers must be performed, i.e., initiated and completed in their due times. Know that the scholar said that the prayer times are an extended obligation. Let me repeat. He said these 5 obligatory prayers must be performed, i.e., initiated and completed, started and finished, in their due times. Know that the scholar said that the prayer times are an extended obligation. This means that one may perform them at any time inside of the prayer time if he starts at such a time that he can finish it before the prayer time ends. You can pray at any time in the prayer time as long as you start in such a way that you can finish and the prayer time is still in. You need to be able to fit the entire prayer inside the prayer time. It is sinful to delay the prayer to such a time that, although one may have started inside of the prayer time, he is unable to finish it before the time ends. However, it is not sinful to start the prayer at a time that enables one to finish it before the time ends, but he extends his recitation, bowing or prostrating so long that his prayer stretches beyond the prayer time. That's different, and that's not haram. Was that clear? Did you see the difference between those? In one case, the haram case is when a person delayed and delayed and delayed, and then finally he started his prayer, but he started it so late that he can't even fit his prayer, the entire prayer, inside the time. The second case is the case of a person who did not delay like that. He did start his prayer in the prayer time in such a way that he could complete the prayer in the time, but he just prayed so long that the prayer went into the next time. That's not haram. So that's clear? I think it's clear. These prayers must be fulfilled by every Muslim man who is pubescent and sane. And these 2 descriptions have already been explained. Pubescent and sane, we explained it in the first book, in the book of Essentials of Belief and Rules of Apostasy. As for the woman who is pubescent and sane, she must also be pure from menstrual and postpartum bleeding. This will return with details in the explanation of what is forbidden while in the state of religious impurity. Without an excuse, such as sleeping, forgetting, traveling, rain, and according to some, sickness, all according to details, all of those cases have their own rules. They are excuses according to the proper rules. It is unlawful to perform these prayers ahead of their times, like praying without an excuse, praying Asr at Dhuhr time or Isha at Maghrib time, for that is a major sin and the prayer would not be valid. Or to delay performing them until there is not enough time to fit the prayer inside what remains of the time. We just explained that. It's not permissible. It's haram to delay the prayer to a time in which the entire prayer cannot fit inside the time. That is forbidden, just like delaying them until after their times have completely passed, i.e. lapsed. That's also haram. Both of those are haram. Starting it on time, but not having enough time to fit the entire prayer inside the time, that's haram. And letting the entire time go out altogether, that's haram. Delaying the prayer until there is not enough time to contain even one cycle makes it a make-up prayer. Meaning, at what point does the prayer become a make-up prayer? At the point where the prayer becomes a make-up prayer at the point where you can't even fit an entire rak'ah, one rak'ah in the prayer time. If you can fit an entire rak'ah in the prayer time, then it's not a make-up prayer. It's counted that you prayed on time, but it's still haram for you to delay the prayer until you can't fit the entire prayer in its time. Thus, it is valid as opposed to praying early without an excuse because it's a makeup, but the unexcused delay is a major sin. And know that making up the missed prayer is an obligation. It is permissible to make up the prayer after Fajr and Asr prayers, but not while sitting and listening to the Friday speech. You cannot make up your prayers during that time. No consideration is given to the invalid opinion of Ibn Taymiyyah that the prayer missed intentionally is not made up. If one missed a prayer due to sleep or forgetfulness that are not associated with neglect, then it is recommended to make up that prayer immediately. Recommended. It is recommended to make up that prayer immediately, not obligatory. If he had an excuse, like he slept or he forgot, then it's recommended to make up that prayer immediately, not obligatory, according to Ash-Shafi'i. Then it is recommended to make up that prayer immediately, disliked to delay it until after the following prayer. That means it's disliked to pray the next prayer before praying that prayer that you need to make up, and obligatory before death. You need to pray it before you die, at which point, if you don't pray it, if you died before you prayed it, a major sin will be written against him. Any question?